Coming up on City Beat, we'll reveal the new logo for the city of Las Vegas and tell you the process the city went through to make sure it would be a hit with the masses. Plus, how do you honor a man who envisioned a world-class city and then made it happen? Will you give him his own plaza outside City Hall? We'll take you to that ceremony. And speaking of honors, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue received a prestigious award from the American Heart Association. Find out why they were chosen for this award for the third year in a row. Hi, everybody, and welcome to City Beat. I'm your host, Nancy Byrne, and we are coming to you from the beautiful Lorenzi Park. This is one of the most popular parks in the city of Las Vegas. Speaking of the city of Las Vegas, it might seem like a tall order to come up with a logo that encompasses everything our city is. Beautiful, iconic, energetic. Well, that was the order that was passed down from the city manager's office recently. They decided, along with a city seal, we need a logo. So we'd like to show you that new logo right now, but also show you the painstaking process to make sure that it pleased the masses. Life is Beautiful seemed like a beautiful opportunity to give locals and tourists a sneak peek at what was about to become the new logo for the city of Las Vegas. And it went over quite well. Now, the official launch of our logo was a little more, well, official.
We are here this morning to unveil publicly for the first time the city's first ever logo and brand guide.
Communications Director for the City of Las Vegas, David Riggleman, conducted the presentation before City Council. He explained that our seal isn't going away, but it's 40 years old and doesn't really even truly represent our city.
Back when Oscar Goodman was mayor, there was some thought, well, maybe this one had seen its time. We have Hoover Dam on it, which isn't in the city. We have a plane that appears to be flying through a building. That was disturbing to some after 9/11. And so the thought was, well, maybe it's time to replace this seal as well.
Designing a logo for the city was put on the back burner during the recession, but about a year and a half ago, the city manager's office decided it was time to revisit the topic, putting into motion a very thorough design and selection process. It began with a call out to local artists as well as our own staff of talented artists within the city. The city received 20 great submissions. Aaron Sebelius, the city's marketing and public information officer, said the next step was narrowing that number down.
We started getting very talented artists together to give us quite a few submissions. We got approximately 20 submissions, and after that, we gathered a group of known marketing professionals who came in and helped us really narrow it down. So we were able to just end with 4 really good selections that all of the team thought, these are the best ones out of this group, and we're really good with these.
Since the city's logo is really the residents' logo, Applied Analysis was hired to do the market research and let the public in on the decision.
So our team stepped back and said, we don't want to be the ones making the final decision. This is our public. This is Las Vegas. It's your Las Vegas. It's our citizens' Las Vegas. So we asked Applied Analysis, our market research company, to send out a logo preference survey, and they did that to our residents. We were able to get a really statistically valid sample, which is very important in this scenario. And the one that you see is the one that won.
The public not only decided the logo, but the color scheme as well. All of that research led up to this reveal before city leaders.
This is the one that the public selected. Drum roll. Here is the new city logo. Yay!
The artist behind the logo, Victoria Hart of Pink Kitty Creative, joined David Riggleman in front of the council. She's the one who heard our city manager's creative direction to come up with something iconic, progressive, exciting, and representative of community, and managed to put those words into art. The city's seal will still be used for certain purposes, but like with any company logo, this one unifies and identifies in a modern and exciting way.
First and foremost, it's simply clarity. A logo is identifiable immediately. When you see Coca-Cola, when you see Apple computers, when you see Ford Motor, you know exactly what those logos represent.
The feedback so far has been overwhelmingly positive.
We're getting a lot of words like fun, wonderful, glamorous. retro, vintage, really good things. But my favorite part about it is that it evokes a feeling. And I think that's all you could ever ask from a logo, is that it evokes a feeling to someone when they see it.
David Riggleman also presented the council with a sort of brand guide. It's a how to use the logo properly guide. And he also said there's not going to be a massive replacement going on in the city or a paint party. As things are replaced, such as vehicles and signs, the new logo will be placed on them. Well, you know, from 1999 to 2011, it was Oscar Goodman who ran the city of Las Vegas. As soon as he was elected, he got busy trying to clean up the downtown. It was a lofty goal because many areas of the downtown were run down and boarded up, but he ignored naysayers and got city leaders together to clean up the downtown. Recently, because of his vision and his foresight for this section of the city council voted to name the plaza out in front of City Hall after Mayor Oscar Goodman. We'd like to take you to that ceremony right now. In true Oscar Goodman style, our former mayor made his subdued arrival at City Hall with his wife, Mayor Carolyn Goodman, his showgirls, and Elvis. It was a night to celebrate his vision of a world-class city that has come into focus.
Fabulous, fabulous for Oscar. We love Oscar.
He served as mayor of Las Vegas from 1999 to 2011, and in that time was instrumental in the renaissance of our downtown. Fremont East Entertainment District, the World Market Center, the Premium Outlet Mall, Smith Center for the Performing Arts, the Cleveland Clinic Lou Rubo Center for Brain Health, Zappos corporate headquarters relocation, the Mob Museum, and the new City Hall. They were all either built under his watch or in the planning stages. Our current Mayor, Carolyn Goodman, continues to carry on the mission.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Oscar asked that we have some very specific speakers with us here tonight.
With Communications Director David Riggleman emceeing, prominent city leaders and friends who worked with him to move our city forward took turns singing his praises. Senator Richard Bryan on City Hall.
Oscar was a whirling dervish of activity. He worked tirelessly, and the energy that he applied helped to make this building possible. And Oscar, this has a special resonance. 75 years ago, I lived on Main Street, where this building is today. May I say, it's a vast improvement.
He also praised the Mob Museum, saying it's a top-ranked museum in the country, attracting 1.3 million visitors since its opening. It was a project like so many others that had its share of doubters, but Mayor Goodman persevered.
There's an old aphorism that goes something like this, aim for the moon, but if you miss, you may join the stars. Oscar Goodman has joined the stars of those who have made our economic revitalization in the downtown a reality.
Larry Ruvo wanted to build a medical facility in honor of his father who suffered from Alzheimer's. After a meeting with Mayor Goodman, he decided to build it on the 61 acres now known as Symphony Park. He said because of Mayor Goodman's insistence on world-class medicine in Las Vegas, this is where thousands of people are now getting their treatment for neurological diseases.
On behalf of the tens of thousands of people with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and all these horrible brain diseases and their caregivers, I guess Oscar did what he told me that he needed to do. He said, Larry, a great mayor transforms the lives of its citizens. I think he's done that big time.
Don Snyder, one of the many instrumental in our Smith Center for the Performing Arts becoming a reality, talked of a trip taken to Palm Beach, Florida. He, the mayor, and other stakeholders wanted to tour the Kravis Center for the Performing Arts to get ideas for our future center. A trip he jokingly said the mayor packed properly for.
There were so many bottles of gin that started to emerge. I had no idea how he could have as many bottles of gin. And I said, Oscar, didn't you think we would have gin on the airplane? He says, well, I didn't think you'd have good gin.
City manager Betsy Fretwell credited him for steering the ship, helping our city stay afloat during one of the worst recessions since the Great Depression.
I personally learned a tremendous amount from Oscar Goodman, and I'm glad to call him my friend. And thank you for all you've done for our community. Everybody gives him a hard time because he loves the limelight and all that. But behind all of that, his heart is in this city, and we all know it.
Mayor Carolyn Goodman thanked everyone present for honoring her husband.
To have this plaza named in the honor of this most wonderful, kind, good human being that has a sense of humor that will always make you laugh and smile. And I am so honored to have shared a life of friendship and love with this most wonderful man. I give you my darling husband, Oscar Goodman.
And finally, former Mayor Goodman took to the podium. He said he is proud of what was and is still being accomplished here. He said once people saw that change was really possible, many got on board to keep the ball rolling in the right direction.
The rest of the community woke up. They said, look what's happening in Las Vegas. Look what's happening with the 61 acres, with the Mob Museum. Let's start to develop our hotels that have sat here for years without much happening. Let's clean them up.
3, 2, 1.
I was told that I could have had this street named after me. I could have had this block named after me. I could have had this building named after me. All I had to do was die. So I opted out for the plaza. And thank you very much for being here tonight.
Of course, as you probably know, when Mayor Oscar was termed out in 2011, his wife Carolyn was elected our mayor. She shares his vision and continues to revitalize our downtown along with the rest of our city leaders. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to tell you how Las Vegas Fire and Rescue were honored by the American Heart Association. Again, stay with us.
Congratulations to the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month, Raymond Miller. Raymond has been with the city for 15 years and has the important job of keeping our streets clean. One morning while driving his sweeper, Raymond noticed a young woman lying on the sidewalk. So he stopped his sweeper and got out to check on her. Noticing that the woman needed assistance, he quickly called his supervisor, who then contacted our fire dispatch to send paramedics to the location. At this point, Raymond could have left, but instead he stayed by the woman's side, offering his coat, water, and food. Raymond is a great example of someone working hard to make our community a better place. Congratulations, Raymond Miller, the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. This cat makes me make art. He's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Welcome back to City Beat from the beautiful Lorenzi Park in the heart of Las Vegas. Las Vegas Fire and Rescue has been recognized by the American Heart Association for their outstanding care and treatment of heart attack patients. Our own Sue Levitt was there when they were recognized with the very prestigious Lifeline EMS Recognition Award.
One of the things I believe that sets Las Vegas firefighters apart from almost everyone else is the dedication to serving our community and the commitment to doing that on a day in and day out basis, not just when we respond to calls, and it's not just medical calls, it's not just fire calls, but in every way that we can to contribute to the community and invest in the community. And that makes me so proud to be a part of this organization and so proud to be able to provide the service alongside you guys and make sure that we are doing everything that we can for our community.
Red balloons float above the crowd today, signifying lives saved because of the prompt response from our first responders to people suffering from severe heart attacks.
So these balloons, our red balloons, represent the 33 people in our city that were having, in 2015, had a heart attack. And we responded and transported them to the hospital and got them to the cath lab within less than 90 minutes. So those are what we, again, a testament to all the great work our crews are doing and the system is doing. Very important also not to forget about the hospitals. Our hospital partners really drive. It's a complex process to get that patient from the ER up to the cath lab, get a whole team called in after hours, and get that artery open in less than 90 minutes.
This is where it all starts, inside the call center, where operators are taking hundreds of 911 calls per day. They take that information they receive on the other end of the line, get it to our first responders as quickly as possible so that they're prepared and know exactly what to do before they even get to the scene. This initial information is critical to our first responders, especially when somebody's having a heart attack. An artery in the heart is blocked and every single minute matters.
Our 911 communication specialists are the unsung heroes, right? They handle every emergency, right? And then the first responder, because they're talking to the person who's having the heart attack and not only getting help on the way really quickly, but they're also keeping them calm, giving them very important instructions to take aspirin, other things to do until the help arrives. So very, very, very important role.
Councilwoman Lois Tarkanian praised our City of Las Vegas Fire and Rescue team for their excellent service to cardiac care in our community and shares her own personal experience when her husband had heart problems.
And what impressed me was the professionalism. What impressed me was the knowledge. And what particularly impressed me was the caring. And what makes you do this so well? As we discussed just recently, it's because you care. And when you come in that door, I think the person knows you care. And I think that helps calm us down.
And the hope for next year to save even more lives, filling this room with more red balloons. And of course, to once again receive the American Heart Association's Mission Lifeline EMS Gold Award.
And what this is really kind of reinforcing is that they're providing quality care to the local community. And so we're honored here today, just to come here and present that award to them and honor that care that's provided.
For City Beat, I'm Sue Levitt.
Actually, this is the third year in a row Las Vegas Fire and Rescue has received that award. Congratulations to them, and thank you, Sue Levitt, for that story. Here at the City of Las Vegas, we get a lot of inquiries about the schools in our community. What a lot of people don't realize is we don't control the schools. That's the job of the Clark County School District. However, we do have a lot of great educational support programs, such as Safe Key, My Brother's Keeper, Downtown Achieves, just to name a few. Our latest project addresses early childhood education, because we know if we don't reach out to the very youngest in our community, they have a hard time ever catching up. Studies have shown over and over again a student's chance of graduating from high school is significantly reduced if they miss out on early childhood education. And by early, educators mean the first 4 to 5 years of a child's life. That is exactly why this former daycare center is being renovated into a preschool that will give all children a chance to learn before they even step into a kindergarten class. By mid-2017, this will be the Strong Start Academy, a preschool for 3- and 4-year-olds that will put them on the track to reading proficiency by the 3rd grade.
This project is a result of a meeting that started with Superintendent Skorkowski 2 years ago.
At the ceremony outside the building, Dr. Lisa Morris-Hibbler welcomed and thanked the many partners that are making the school a reality. Mayor Carolyn Goodman and Councilwoman Lois Tarkanian, strong advocates for education, were on hand to talk about the importance of beginning to teach our children at a very young age.
Because the most important years and the biggest development happens from birth to 4 years of age. The brain changes, and for all those children that are left to take care of themselves or not be given the opportunity when they say, let me try that, I want to do it, that's the time that we get involved.
We've talked, the mayor and Lisa and her whole crew, about how important it is to be on the cutting edge, and that's what we expect to do, even in technology, to be on the cutting edge, to be on cognitive development on the cutting edge. We've talked about many things that we can do here, and we're going to work very, very hard so that we have the very best preschool possible.
Rick Neal from the Clark County School District told those in attendance there are strong correlations between early childhood education and graduation rates. But it's not just the graduates who benefit from a school like Strong Start, the community does.
Also creating a workforce in a community that the mayor alluded to that brings businesses here. A strong community starts with early education.
And the executive director for Children's Advocacy Alliance said her group's education report card on our school indicates even with slight improvements, we get an F for education and high school completion.
What we know is that 90% of brain development occurs before age 5. yet less than 33% of Nevada's 3 and 4-year-olds are attending any type of preschool program.
When renovations are complete on the Strong Start Academy, more children will have the opportunity to get the education they need so they don't fall behind before they even get a chance to get started. The school is slated to open in April of 2017. And we have to mention there are so many outstanding community partners involved in this project: the City of Las Vegas, Clark County School District, UNLV, and United Way, just to name a few. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to show you how Las Vegas celebrates the arrival of fall.
There's also an extended warranty option. There's just no need for you to get that. You failed to get the test that you needed at the doctor, so you won't be around in 2 years. Okay, sign here, please.
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to City Beat from Lorenzi Park. This is the time of year when people really come out and take advantage of the beautiful parks in the city of Las Vegas. What better way to welcome autumn than to sit outside, listen to some music, drink a cold beer, eat a hot brat? Well, that's what we saw people doing recently at the historic 5th Street School as they celebrated the annual October Festival celebration. It's a beautiful October day, and the courtyard surrounding the historic 5th Street School is filled with the sights, sounds, and smells of Oktoberfest. It hasn't always been held here at the school, but it seems like the festival has found a perfect fit.
This is a super location. First of all, it is outside like the original Oktoberfest and the Oktoberfest in Munich also. Outside is very important. And it is perfect. It's in the middle of downtown in the heart of Las Vegas. It's the ideal spot for having an Oktoberfest.
5 years ago, the city of Las Vegas came to the German American Club and asked us if we would do the Oktoberfest here at the 5th Street School. And the city's been very nice to let us do it here for the last 5 years. And I think this is our 6th year, in fact.
Anybody for pretzels?
This is the 8th annual Oktoberfest in Las Vegas, and each year it seems to grow in popularity. It includes traditional German food, beer, music, and crafts. Why, even a traditional German shepherd was here to enjoy the day. It's not all just about food and fun. There's also history that dates back to the early 1800s.
It all started in 1810 when King Ludwig of Bavaria declared there be a 2-week festival in honor of his wedding. Well, this festival went along so well, everybody had so much fun, that King Ludwig said it should happen every year. And it's been happening every year in Munich, the capital of Bavaria in Germany, ever since then.
So while dancing was not required, as the afternoon wore on, it seemed the traditional way to work off cold beer and hot food. Speaking of celebrations, every first Tuesday in August, neighbors come out of their homes for block parties and cookouts. It's all part of National Night Out, an event that's been going on for decades to strengthen our communities and let the criminals know that we're watching. Well, here in the desert, it's a little warm in August, so Las Vegas Metro Police, along with some of our city council members, decided the first Tuesday in October was a better option. We're going to take you to some of those National Night Out celebrations. It was not your typical nighttime scene here in the entertainment district of downtown Las Vegas. Instead of adults streaming in and out of restaurants and bars, there were families and children mingling with their neighbors and first responders. This event on Fremont East was all part of Ward 5's National Night Out. Representatives from the city's Department of Public Safety, Metro Police, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, Clark County School District Police, and the Marines all gathered in the name of community policing and unification. Meanwhile, on the other side of Ward 5, another event was being held at the Doolittle Community Center. Law enforcement on hand here explained why events like this are what keep communities strong.
Community policing is the core of policing. I mean, you have to get out there and you have to actually get out of your car and you have to talk with the people that you're policing, and we're in it together, and it's just a great opportunity for us us to learn and gather some of the concerns that the people in the area have.
This is just one more way for us to put into action what we always say, building community to make life better.
Councilman Ricky Barlow, who represents this area of the city, says when law enforcement and residents take the time to get to know one another, trust is built between them.
This is very significant for Ward 5. I mean, you know, we have a number of crimes that happen all throughout the valley, and when we have an opportunity for community-oriented policing to take place in urban core communities to help drive down crime and increase safety, you know, that's very vital to any community.
Hey, Becky, let me get a picture with our new SWAT leader.
In another area of Las Vegas, an event hosted by City Councilman Stavros Anthony and Clark County at Lone Mountain Regional Park, which happens to be half city and half county property, was being held. Here, there were a variety of activities, from giant inflatable bubbles for kids to roll around in to a cookout for everyone to enjoy. Metro complimented this community for its unified spirit.
I firmly believe that if we had more communities engaged like Northwest Area Command, we would have fewer problems in this valley. If we had more communities that brought their families out, that held their police department to task, demanded the right thing, this would be the community that would set the tone for the nation. I truly believe that.
We're coming out tonight to make sure that we work together to keep our neighborhoods safe, to make sure the criminals know that we're serious about keeping our communities crime-free. And that's really what we should be doing tonight. Everybody should be talking about what more we can do about squatters, what more we can do about burglars, what more we can do to keep our community safe.
And finally, residents in the Ward 1 area of our city turned out in droves for a unified walk from Cashman Park to the Las Vegas Indoor Sports Center. It was led by Brazil Ward, the amazing young lady who was hit by a car while trick-or-treating in 2013 and defied the odds by making an incredible recovery. She and her family don't want anyone else to have to go through what they are going through. Members of the Clark County School District Police say the timing of this event is perfect for just that message.
With the Halloween holiday coming up, so we can make sure that we're out here and reminding the parents to make sure that the kids are visible, that they have reflective materials out, that they're crossing where they can be seen. Our main thing is to ensure that the community is being safe, especially during this Halloween season. This event culminated in a friendly soccer match between officers and kids. A game that may have pitted residents against law enforcement, but sent forth the message in real life, we're all on the same team.
So we're going to have good fun, and it's that positive experience that we want to get out to the community. Be able to trust our police officers, trust that, you know, we're going to be taken care of.
Well, that does it for another edition of City Beat. Thank you so much for joining us from beautiful Lorenzi Park. And keep in mind, this is a beautiful time of year to get out and discover the fun at all of our city parks. We'll see you for the next City Beat.